Alright guys, welcome back to another killer video for today, and today, oh boy do we have some exciting perks hitting this shrine. So let's get straight into it. As per usual, we'll be starting off with our survivor perks. First up we have Adrenaline. This is a perk from Meg Thomas, where once the last generator gets finished or the hatch is closed, you will instantly heal 1 health state and sprint at 150% movement speed, which is identical to sprint burst, except instead of the 3 seconds that sprint burst gives you, you'll get 5 total seconds. So Adrenaline is a really great late game perk. Essentially, if you're getting chased at the end of the game and your adrenaline procs, you're gonna be pretty safe unless the killer just really fucking hates you, basically. But Adrenaline will also do other kinds of stuff. It'll wake you up. It'll make it so that so you don't have to mend anymore if you're in a deep wound state. It'll pick you up from the ground. Adrenaline is really great for just really giving you a great boost at the end of the game to help you out in the long run. And it also doesn't necessarily activate immediately. If you're on the hook and adrenaline is supposed to proc, it'll wait all the way until you get unhooked, and you get unhooked at full health with the sprint burst ready and available. So adrenaline as a whole, I think this is a great perk. Of course it is from Meg, as I said before, so you can absolutely just buy it from her, or sorry, level her up so that you can get it from her immediately. But if you don't really want to bother leveling up Meg, I think Adrenaline is absolutely a perk that's worth getting from the shrine. Next up, we have Breakdown. This is a perk from Jeff Johansson, and it's a bit of a more interesting perk. Essentially, whenever you get removed from the hook, whether you pull yourself off or somebody else gets you off the hook, by the way, don't read into what I just said, the hook will break and the killer's aura will be shown to you for a little bit. I don't know exactly how the numbers work out. It does say the killer's aura is shown to you for 4 seconds, and the hook is broken for 180 seconds. I'm not sure which of these numbers get extended the more you level up, because honestly, I don't really think Breakdown's a great perk. Essentially, what it does is it prevents the killer from downing somebody and hooking them on wherever you just were. But at the end of the day, usually killers have plenty of hooks that they can go to, so I wouldn't personally bother buying this perk. If you really want to mess around with it, I think a Sabo build could be fun with it. If you go into some friends all running Breakdown, you could really just shut down an area of the map when it comes to hooks. But at the end of the day, I don't think this perk is worth getting. Now let's go into our next perk. This is Bloodhound. This is a teachable from the Wraith. What this does is it makes it so that you can see blood a lot better. That's basically all it does. It also extends how long blood stays on the ground for. Honestly, I don't think Bloodhound's a terrible perk. It's a really solid tracking perk in my opinion. Once people are injured, you can just basically 100% track them unless they're running something like No Mither or Lucky Break, where it'll prevent them from bleeding. And I think, does off the record prevent you from bleeding? I'm not 100% sure about that. But this is a really good perk to learn to look for blood, essentially. Similar to how Spies from the Shadows will help you learn to listen for crows, Bloodhound will help you look for blood later on in the game. Once you take it off, you already know where to be looking. You understand how it drops, how you can use it to track people. And I think as a whole, it's actually not as bad as some people think it is. But obviously, once you do start getting some more experience with the killers, or with killer in general, it'll become much less necessary. Now, I don't personally think it's worth buying from the shrine. I think if you really want Bloodhound, you should just level up your Wraith for it, because this is honestly not worth 2,000 iridescent shards. But by all means, I think this is definitely a perk where if you're a new killer, you should definitely throw it on every once in a while just to start getting the hang of tracking blood. Did I mention that it makes the blood light up neon? Basically, I don't think I did. It basically lets you see blood super easily. I'm not sure if I said that. Yeah, I had a just brain fart moment for there. It basically makes the blood super fucking bright. You'll 100% be able to see it. And next, but absolutely not least, we have BBQ Chili. You guys already know how much I love this perk. If nothing else than for the blood points it gives you. Essentially, what BBQ Chili does is it makes it so that whenever you hook someone, anyone that's 40 or more meters away from you on the hook will be revealed to you for 4 seconds. So this gives you great tracking all over the map, and you get information even if you don't see BBQ come on. As I said, it does activate within 40 meters of or sorry, outside of 40 meters of the hook. Now, if somebody gets in a locker, that does also prevent their aura from being seen, but usually if you don't see anyone on barbecue, or if you don't see someone on barbecue, odds are that they're within 40 meters of the hook, and that gives you information. You can know to look for people as you try and traverse the map. It basically gives you really solid tracking throughout the game, and I think it's definitely a solid perk for the tracking alone. But on top of that, on top of it, for every individual survivor you've hooked, you will gain 25% blood points, and when you get to barbecue level 3, you will get all the way up to double blood points at the end of the game. This isn't in-game blood points like perks like distressing and is it Beast of Prey? I think it's Beast of Prey and Thrill of the Hunt. They all give you extra blood points in game, which means they're hard capped at an 8,000 points per category. No, barbecue and chili, it gives them to you after the game, meaning that 8,000 points you got in one category will be doubled to 16,000 points at the end of the game. Barbecue and chili is absolutely a fantastic perk. I didn't mention before, but it is from the cannibal Leatherface. So if you do want to get barbecue and chili by leveling a killer up, you're gonna have to spend money for it. If you, but I mean, this is honestly just the best opportunity to get barbecue and chili. I think this is absolutely a perk that's worth buying from the shrine. 100%, one of the best killer perks in the game when it comes to tracking, when it comes to leveling up other killers, because of the extra blood points it gives you. So by all means, I think 100%, if you don't want to buy Leatherface, this is absolutely worth buying. Well, anyways, guys. Oh, sorry about that alarm. Essentially, oh, let me turn it off. Give me just 1 second so I can do the outro. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's been it, guys. I didn't mention, but of course, this is our weekly Shrine review, and I'll be doing the next one next Tuesday, and I'll see you guys later.